So this summer, my whole family, my entire extended family, took a vacation together to Banff and Jasper, Canada, and it was awesome. It's a beautiful area of the world. And there were 21 of us total on this trip. It was my dad and his wife Judy and my siblings and my now step siblings and all of our kids and all of our families. This great big group traveling together. And we had activities planned for each and every single day of that trip. One day we did a hike together. Another day we went on a glacier walk. We did mountain biking one day, and we went on a river float down the Athabasca River. It was so much fun to be together and to have all this adventure in nature. On the last day of our trip, it was our free day, the day that we didn't have something planned together as a whole extended family. And so I asked my kids, I surveyed my kids, and I said, well, what can we do together? My husband Ryan and my son Sawyer, they wanted to go mountain biking, but like not just regular mountain biking, like extreme mountain biking. And so I said, well, I'm going to let you go do that while this. And then I asked my oldest kids, I said, well, do you guys want to go on a hike with me? My oldest kids, my adult children, Chase and his longtime girlfriend, Gabby, and my daughter, Mackenzie. And they said this, can you get this? They said, we just want to be alone today. And I was like, what? I am their mother. We are on vacation together and they don't want to spend time with me on our very last day. So they didn't want to go on a hike with me. And I didn't like that answer. So I hustled. I said sweetly, I said, well, if we go on a hike together, then I'll buy you some lunch. Or maybe we don't need to go to a hike. Maybe we can go shopping together or do something else, my treat. And so I was trying to convince them that they wanted to spend time with me on the very last day. I said to them too, I just kind of pleaded, said, well, I really want to spend some time with you while we're all here on this vacation together. And okay, guys, you know how this goes. Either you've been a mom and you've tried to control your kids, or you've been a kid and your mom has tried to control you, wanted you to do something that she wanted. I think in all of our lives, we're looking for some kind of control. We hustle and we try to control the other people in our lives, or we control things like what we wear, or we want to control our public perception of what people think of us. Every single toddler in all of history, in all of humanity, at one point has shouted out to their parents, no, I do it, because they want to control their life. Control, it's one of these basic human needs that we all have. We have a right to say how we want to be treated and respected. But for so many of us, what we end up doing is we try and control all the things that are beyond us. I do it all the time, and I know you do too. We want control. So we hold on to things with a tight fist. And our culture, it just seems to propagate this even further. We hustle and we strive. We work for the gains. There are 10 million apps that can take you further and master classes that help you get a handle on control over your life. But the truth is, control, it's based in fear. Fear that something won't be right or won't go right or be how we think it should be right. Fear that we won't be enough, or that we can't provide enough, or fear that we'll be found out, or fear that we won't achieve, fear that we won't get what we need. Control is always based on fear. When I try to control my adult children's behavior, it's usually something going on with me. Fear that I'm not enough for them, or fear that they don't want to spend time with their mom, or fear of not measuring up. So here at the holidays, here's my question for you. What are you trying to control? What's something that you're holding on to with a tight fist? What's something that would be scary for you to lose? Maybe it's your schedule that you're just holding on barely, or maybe it's family traditions, or maybe you're just trying to make everything perfect, but you find yourself overwhelmed, overextended, and overexhausted. What if instead of a posture of control this Christmas, you tried a posture of surrender? One of my favorite Bible verses in all of the Bible is Psalm 46:10, and you see it on wall art and you see it on magnets on people's refrigerators. It says, "Be still and know that I am God." But the Hebrew word there in that "be still," it is rapha, which actually means to sink down, to relax, to cease striving, or to withdraw. What's even more remarkable is that this verse, be still, cease striving, and know that I am God, it was written during a time of war, of conflict. This isn't a command to be quiet. It's a command to stop fighting. To stop fighting, to cease striving, to relax, to let go, and rest in the loving arms of God who has always got you in it. So my adult children, they didn't want to go for a hike with me on that last day of our vacation. And Sawyer and Ryan, they went off mountain biking, and I sat there and I looked at my youngest, Skylar, and I said, okay, it's just you and me. What are we going to do? And she said, I just want to go to the lake. That's all I want to do. So we went to the lake, and it was beautiful, and it was serene, and it was fun, and we just breathed. But then that afternoon, when my family, we all came together again, my son Chase, he came up to me and said, Mom, I'm sorry I didn't go hiking with you today. And I said, it's okay. I get it that you want some alone time as young adults. But then he got this glint in his eyes. And Gabby, his girlfriend, came out with a big fancy engagement ring on her finger. And he said, we had something else to do today. So my friends, this Christmas season, let it go. That thing that's wearing you down today, let it go. That thing, wherever you're hustling, cease striving, sink down, rafa, relax, and stop fighting. Maybe God has something better in mind.